to the show. I'm Steps.
I'm Marty.
So tell us what we're doing, Marty. What are we doing today?
So today we want to look at gender clinics for kids. So our school children, it sounds to me like they've been brainwashed, but I just do not know how this can be going on. But we'll just show you a quick link of what's going on here. And
okay, so what's been going on here is we've uncovered that there's actually a gender clinic in North Queensland that is going behind parents' back without their consent, giving hormone blockers to children. And of course, when you go, we found this little website here is number one, out in Perth. And what do you think? That's like a tourist website or something, Marty?
out in Perth, yeah, probably.
Wrong. Okay, so unauthorised gender clinic.
Tim Nicholls, independent inquiry into what's been described as an unauthorised gender clinic operating in Cairns.
But out in Perth, okay, out in Perth, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know who they are, they're the gay, they're the alphabet website for Perth. If you need anything to do with that, knock yourself out, eh, Marty?
Well,
but anyway, what we found was this is the guy who runs this clinic, and we'll just have to listen to what he has to say.
So Queensland's LNP government is pulling funding from the Children's Gender Clinic, but here's what they're missing. The government will no longer implement recommendations from an independent review into the Children's Gender Clinic, recommendations like more funding and mental health care supports for people on the waiting list. But if they're worried about children being rushed or coerced into any interventions, the Queensland Children's Gender Clinic is pretty much the gold standard. The independent
They're the gold standard in gender transitioning.
the gold standard. These are kids.
Hang on a minute, Marty. Have a listen. Have a listen to this. This is what we sent AI out on a bit of a search about all this, and this is what it had to say. This is quite interesting, isn't it, Marty?
Been some controversy around gender services in North Queensland. 1. There have been reports of parents in far north Queensland resorting to private funding for puberty blockers due to long waiting times for the Queensland Children's Gender Service.
What?
Hang on.
QCGS.
What do you mean long waiting times?
What do you mean parents having to resort to private gender transitioning clinics?
What? Why are parents wanting to do this anyway? Who are these parents?
These parents should be charged with child abuse.
I'm surprised they're not being taken away by child services.
Yeah.
This is grooming. This is grooming.
This shouldn't be happening in Australia, but guess what? It's happening right now.
This is now Tim Nicholls, so he's LNP, so he's now under the Christopher Frawley government. So they're doing an inquiry into this now. But what I'd like to know is who let it in the first place. It obviously wasn't Stephen Miles because he was only in for 5 minutes. So now we're going back to Anastasia Palaszczuk, I suppose. How this can be got in.
That is the question. The question is, what kind of society are we living in where little boys and little girls get given hormones to affect their sexuality when they're still children?
Oh, like, yeah, they should be out playing. They're not lab rats.
This is child. What would you call it? Mutilation.
Oh, and it's
abuse. Is this child abuse, Marty?
Without a doubt, this is like.
This is unacceptable.
If anyone else did this, they'd be getting jailed for this. This is like bordering on pedophilia. So this is really bad.
So apparently on the 20th of January, Marty, they brought in a complete pause on new patients getting these hormone blocker therapies, but of course the kids already on it. Well, they can continue, but what has happened is people are now, and this is the controversy, people are now seeking private hormone replacement therapies, which we found too, didn't we, Marty?
Yeah, like, this has to be stopped. Who's the parents? Child services should be taking, not that we want that to happen to anything, but that they need to be protected here.
Okay, so over here, this is Queensland Health. You find it on their website in sexual health. One of their services is a transgender care. So at the moment, children coming into this healthcare service are being denied access to puberty blockers under this new restriction, which only happened the other day, which nobody's even talking about really. But my question is who was giving them these things to start with?
Oh, that's what needs to be checked out.
I won't stand for it, Martin.
No, not at all.
And I don't think Australia, we're not going to stand for it, are we?
We're not going to take this.
No.
We need to save the kids from all this gender
dysphoria.
Change this, that. It's not acceptable.
Your pronouns, but
there is two. There is male and female. Sorry. That's how we all came into this.
And if you want to change into whatever, you know, a lizard, a fairy, a puppet, a girl, a boy, do it when you're a grown up. Do it when you have an adult mind. Don't let little children come in and say, "Oh, Daddy, I think I'm a girl," and say, "It's all right, off to the gender transformation clinic for you." Alice, where you're going to be Bob by the time you're 12.
Yeah,
you
well, this is a joke.
Yeah, it's not.
This is over 18 stuff. If you want to go that way, hey, no problems.
Yeah, but once you're over 18, you know, you can do whatever you want, chop your genitals, mutilate yourself. That's your choice, and you can do whatever you want, mate. This is Australia.
The next thing will be happening is we're all as taxpayers, we'll all be paying for this later on because people will be saying, "Oh, well, you shouldn't have let me do it. I didn't have an adult brain to be able to do this, and now I'm not a male anymore." Yep. And all of a sudden there'll be all these compensation claims, and we as taxpayers we'll be coughing this up. This is no good.
Drag queen storytelling time. So next week we're gonna have a little talk about a drag queen storytelling time.
Well, that needs
what
to
the
be.
hell is that?
Well, maybe Tim Nicholls, if they don't know about that part of it, they need to look into this in the schools as well. So maybe we can get an inquiry into this as well, because that is really grooming. So
basically,
let's have a look at that next week.
All right. Until then,
Australia, we're not going to take it.